All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're deconstructing one of Robert Frost's most biting and powerful poems, A Roadside Stand. We're going to dive into the imagery, the anger, and the really complicated heart of this amazing piece of work.
First, let's talk about the man himself. You know, we all think of Robert Frost as the poet of snowy woods and quiet New England farms, but he was so much more than that. His work is all about human struggle. He had this amazing knack for looking at the most ordinary people and places and seeing these huge, complex tragedies playing out. And that deep, deep sense of sympathy, well, that's the engine driving the whole poem.
Okay, so let me ask you something, and be honest. Have you ever actually pulled over at one of these little roadside stands? Or are you usually one of the people who just speeds on by? Just kind of keep that thought in your head as we go through this, because it's at the very center of what Frost is talking about. So let's start by zooming in on the main event, the stand itself. This is the central physical image of the entire poem.
Frost just drops us right into the scene of quiet desperation. Look at his words, a little old house, a little new shed. And then this line, the stand pathetically pled. It's not just a wooden stall, is it? He makes it sound like a person, a beggar, pleading for help while the world just rushes past, completely indifferent.
And what are they selling? Well, it's the real deal. It's the bounty of the countryside, wild berries, funky-looking squash. But check out the signs. The paint is artless, the letters are turned the wrong way. This is not some polished professional operation. It's all handmade, it's humble, and you know what? That just makes it feel all the more sincere. Okay, so now let's zoom out a bit, because this poem isn't just about a stand. It's about the massive conflict it represents, this huge divide between two different worlds. And this right here is the heart of the conflict. On one side, you have the stand. It's all emotion, it's vulnerable, it pleads, it has trusting sorrow. On the other side, the city. It's just polished traffic. It's sleek, impersonal, with its mind ahead, only thinking about getting to its destination. And when the city folk do happen to notice the stand, they just get annoyed that its artless paint is ruining their picturesque view. Unbelievable. So, here's the really crucial question. What are these people actually asking for? It is not charity. It's a chance. This line is everything. They ask for some city money to feel in hand. Think about what that means. It's not a handout. It's about having that cash, that power, to see if they can make their own lives bigger, to make our being expand. They're begging for a chance to just participate in the prosperity they see flying by them every single day.
And what is that bigger life they're dreaming of? It's the one they see in the movies. You know, the life of the moving pictures promise. It's this beautiful, easy, successful life that they feel is being deliberately kept from them by the people in power. They can see the dream, but they are not allowed to touch it.
Okay, get ready, because this is where the poem takes a really sharp, angry turn. Frost stops criticizing the people in the cars and takes aim at a whole different group, the so-called do-gooders who claim they want to help the poor. Beneficent beasts of prey. Just let that phrase sink in. It's an oxymoron, two words that have no business being together. Beneficent means kind, generous. Beasts of prey? Well, they're predators. Frost is talking about these greedy good-doers, the people who act like they're helping, but are really just using the poor to feel powerful, or worse, to profit for themselves. So how do these predators help? Oh, Frost lays out the whole devastating plan. First, they relocate them, promising them an easier life closer to town. Then, they start to strip away their independence, soothing them out of their wits with just enough benefits to make them dependent. And finally, they basically teach them how to sleep their lives away, completely destroying their work ethic, their whole rhythm of life. It isn't a rescue, it's a demolition.
And all of this anger and social critique builds to the poem's emotional peak. We zoom right back in, but this time into the poet's own mind as he's witnessing all of this.
You can just feel the crushing weight of Frost's pain here. He sees this innocent, this childish longing for a better life, and he knows deep down that it's all in vain. The thought of them sitting there, day after day, waiting for a single car to stop, it's almost more than he can handle.
And then he says this. It is truly a shocking line. His empathy is so overwhelming, his pain for them is so intense that he has this fleeting, awful thought that the only real relief would be to just end their suffering, to put them at one stroke out of their pain. It's a thought that comes from a place of complete and utter despair. But as soon as he has that dark thought, he pulls himself back. And this is pure genius. He immediately turns it around on himself and on us. He wonders how he would feel if someone offered him that terrible solution. And in that one moment of self-reflection, he closes the distance. He forces us all to confront just how difficult and messy and painful real empathy can be.
And so the poem doesn't give us a tidy ending. It leaves us right here with this huge, unresolved question. That bit of city money, the poem says, is what keeps the flower of cities from sinking and withering. And yet the cities completely ignore the very people who make their lives possible. Frost gives us no easy answers. He just leaves us with the question, a question for our world right now. How do we treat the people whose lives and labor our own comfortable lives are built on?
Prepared by K. Rajendra Prasad.